Hello, welcome to my market update, last one of the year, and happy holidays to all of you. Hey, let's jump right into our first slide here. This slide comes from Realtor.com. It says the pandemic has delayed plans for many Americans and homeowners looking to move on to the next stage of life. Recent survey data suggests that the majority of prospective sellers are actively preparing to enter the market this winter. So this makes a distinction that a lot of sellers are planning on moving or starting their plans on moving, putting their homes on the market in the winter rather than the spring, summer selling months. So this next graphic goes into how long are people staying in their homes. So before the 2008 market crash, typically it was about 6 years. People stay in their homes and then move. After the crash, it jumped up to 9 and 10 years. And we saw this drop off 2 years last year. So now on average, people are staying in their homes 8 years. And we expect to see this drop continue, maybe down to 6 years again, in large part because the pandemic has changed the housing needs for most people. And so now you can work from home, so that allows you more flexibility on where you need to live. So this next graphic goes into the people that are considering moving in 2022. When do they plan on doing it? Okay, so the majority of sellers entering the market in the next year plan to net list in the next 6 months. And this survey comes out at Realtor.com again. So starting in December. So December through, May? The typical selling season is what? Spring, summer. So this is definitely saying earlier, in the wintertime. 93% have already taken steps towards listing their home, including working with an agent, 28% working with an agent already. 65% have just listed, that's 19%, or plan to list this winter. And 36% have researched the value of their home and others in their neighborhood, as well as starting making repairs or decluttering. So what does this mean to you? If you're looking at moving in 2022, you want to get a jump on the market. Possibly consider doing it in the wintertime. Right now, there's very low inventory, which means there's no competition, which means your home's going to sell quickly. It's normally going to go into multiple offers. And whatever terms you're looking for, you get to keep those terms as well. As we get into the summer months and we get more inventory, of course, you have more competition, and that's going to affect things. And the interest rates are also going to affect things. We'll get into that in a little bit here. So on to the next slide. The home sales forecast. So this is units. So we had a busy 2021 and 2022. 2022 is expected to be fairly close to what 2021 was. As you can see from this survey. Home price forecast for 2022. So if you take all of these forecasts, the average here is 5.1%. It's expected to go up. This is national. We live in the Bay Area. Our numbers are always a little bit different, but we are expecting more of a modest growth, but we do expect growth. So housing prices to increase for 2022. All right, mortgage rates. Right now we're sitting at about 3.1%, still historically extremely low. They have nudged up a bit. What are the predictions? Okay, so this next slide shows that if you average out the 4 predictions, in the first quarter, we started 3.3%, end up at 3.7% by the end of the year. We'll see how this plays out in 2022. We do expect rates to go up. We have inflation. I would expect this. Let's get a little bit local here. So I've got a few graphs just to show you real quick what's going on in Santa Clara County. Active listings are down a whopping 57%. This is what we're looking at now. There's just not any inventory. It would be nice to have more inventory. We expect that to come on earlier this year, but right now it's just way down year over year, November of this year to last year. And sales is about even. It's up slightly November of this year to November of last year, but not a lot. The next graph is the supply of homes. Again, keep harping on this. It's down 50%, right? So this means within a half a month, at the current sales rate, we burn through all the inventory. So they say a normal market has 6 months of inventory. That's national, and we'll never see that here in the Bay Area. But say a normal market for the Bay Area is 2 to 3 months, and so we're well under that here. Average sale prices. All right, so I'll start with condos and townhomes. From November of 2020 to 2021, they jumped up 10.5%. Not a bad rate of gain if you own a condo or townhome. But single family homes, wow, look at that, 18% rise. If you own a home here in the Valley, you've made a lot of money on paper. It's good to see. And we do expect those rates to continue on in 2022. Hey, have yourself a wonderful holiday season. I'll see you next year. Bye now.